Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for game number 3 between M19 and V. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm joined by Mr. V and already seen some great Dota today. I have no reason to assume that this game will be any different.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I really like the playstyle and the responsive playstyle that we've seen so far. M19 has shown their ability to adapt to NaVi's playstyle in the game 1, and essentially, I think convincingly, won game 2. It wasn't all like perfectly executed, but I think they had a good, strong foothold in that game. And the Brood pick really threw off NaVi, especially as the last pick. So I think NaVi is going to have to maybe do something a little bit more creative or a little bit divergent here.
Well, we'll find out. For now, they're kind of held up on the third ban after taking out that Brood Mother, so they don't want to get that again. It was indeed a pretty solid last pick, and again, I was not convinced by the mid Brood with the new changes, but he struggled in lane a little bit, but he was still able to find his farm, build into these very strong items that turns the Brood Mother away from this kind of split pushing hero that's relying on the spiderlings to this crazy right click monster.
Yeah, I think there's like the two talent tree builds that you can do, and that like right click monster build is so strong with the new changes for webs that you're able to just kind of path through wherever. One thing I would like to note, as I always do, is that NaVi won the coin flip because M19 guessed incorrectly, and they chose first pick, and then M19 chose Radiant, which was what happened in game 2, and NaVi ended up losing that game. So maybe they've got a backup plan here for NaVi, that they want to go back to those old guns for first pick.
Right. Winter Wyvern for themselves. Also a big part of M19's success last game. Doom also, quite a few crucial spells usages here and there.
Yeah.
Not just with the Doom, but also with the Shockwave that he stole and held onto for quite a while.
Yeah, that like 8-minute first blood with the Hadouken.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I underestimated how valuable the Wyvern was versus a Lifestealer draft. Like, NaVi picked the Lifestealer like 4 picks after the Wyvern had been picked up. And the Wyvern just like, Lifestealer went on someone. Oh, Cold Embrace. Good luck, Lifestealer, right? Like, maybe if you went like a Maelstrom build, you could deal damage through it, but
doesn't matter. I mean, the heal at this point was strong enough that even if it didn't end up helping that guy survive in the end, it did a couple of times, it didn't some others. It always bought more time. And that is a big luxury for M19 in these kind of team fights, because every single second that you have is another, like, God knows how much damage from Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
And another opportunity to just get off the right Doom and the Hex and whatnot, all the other stuff that they ended up having to throw out.
This is good to see NaVi go back to the Enchantress. I believe they'll ban out Chen this phase so that they can't have the creep wars occurring, but we'll see. M19 isn't super common to run the Chen in addition to Doom. I don't think they like the Doom in the flame position.
Yep.
They prefer to run it in that 4 role. So NaVi may actually have other options in terms of how they want to spend this ban.
Well, then, like, what if this is not going to be an offlane Enchantress instead, just because you're running in with creeps, and there's always a Devour to also think about. I mentioned it as a bit of the counter to the Beastmaster in that sense. Even if you get a subpar creep, you have to eat that up and like maybe lose your damage aura or something.
Yeah.
Not having that utility on the other team might be worth it sometimes, and the Enchantress is kind of a similar story. It is a long cooldown level 1 though, so might not make that much of a difference.
I'm of the opinion that if you're Doom, your Devour's off cooldown, you need to eat. Even if it's a suboptimal creep, like the gold efficiency for just using that Devour and the experience efficiency that you will later be able to reduce that Devour cooldown is so worth it. Just ferry yourself out a few extra clarities so you can cast Doom, or not Doom, Devour a few more times, and you're good. M19, they really
10 seconds
I think they
remaining.
recognize that they need to have a consistent and
5 seconds remaining.
way of pushing and also pushing out lanes. And they lacked those two components with their first two pick. Doom, not the best for pushing out lanes, nor sieging high ground. Silencer, Arcane Curse is okay, but the damage is pretty lackluster. But Pugna is good for both pushing out lanes and hitting those towers.
Yeah. But I really like this Nick's assassin pick now. Arjo was doing quite well with that last game, just getting some intel, and also really good game for it already, just because you have two int heroes that are very susceptible to the
10
mana burn in
seconds
particular,
remaining.
Silencer and the Pugna. And with that, I wouldn't be too surprised to
5
see M19
seconds
shift
remaining.
Silencer in a support position if they even considered running that as a core, because I don't know if you want to run someone that's vulnerable in a farming farming priority role.
I think M19 needs stuns.
Yeah,
They have Infernal Blade and a few slows, but
they did have stuns
stuns.
last game. Come on, stuns are overrated. Kappa.
They had Infernal Blade, that 0.6 second stun. Can't overlook that. And then whatever Doom's creep was with the Centaur, he could also stun there. Let me go back. I'm going to double check that they had no other stuns.
Wyvern.
Yeah, the ulti. I guess Wyvern can stun his teammates as well. Brewmaster ultimates as well.
Yeah. They're still looking for their offlaner, I guess. Well, yeah, that is Sanking probably gonna be taking up that role. So that's your Burrow Strike.
You want magic damage for the Enchantress, and having invisibility to also kind of dodge those impetus strikes is really important. Where do you go from here as NaVi? He notes a Pugna, likely Pugna mid.
5 seconds remaining.
Could go. The Quap did win last game, so they could take the Quap for themselves. It still leaves things kind of flexible. They don't have amazing lockdown, but it's okay.
Radiant team
Oh, you're playing into Silencer and a Doom though, so it's always a bit tricky.
Yeah.
The Viper, I like that much more. Because, again, it's actually pretty good against the Silencer because you can't really use Arcane Curse to harass you without taking corrosive skin damage all the time.
10 seconds remaining.
So generally a lot more tanky against what M19 has right now.
5
What NaVi
seconds
really lacked
remaining.
at this point.
Yeah. I feel like it's a little bit like it's not the best matchup for Pugna, but it's okay. Like Pugna can decrep you and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
What do I do? But with the spell lifesteal as well on Viper, if you just cast your ultimate on the Pugna and he decreps you, you're getting something back from that in addition to what you're getting back from the what is it? Like corrosive skin or whatever his passive.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll see. I mean, Pugna, despite that extra magic resist, eventually Pugna might still be able to nuke you down, whittle away at you.
Oh god.
Anti-mage though, that's a bit of a different story.
This hero got a lot of nerfs, but they really don't impact the way the hero is played, in my opinion. Like anti-mage has been so locked in this like Battle Fury Mantis style. I feel like the hero's been like almost like perfected in that you can't touch the hero Ice Frog. It's like there's nothing you can do to change how people will play anti-mage.
Well, there's been a while where people went for this kind of Vanguard Maelstrom build, tried that out for a while, but I don't believe it's that strong.
Yeah.
Changes now. But that's a bit of an interesting one. The Luna, M19, going back for that. So it's, I want to say it's one of their pocket picks. I remember like a couple months ago when I casted them, they got that hero a couple of times. Might just be my imagination playing tricks on me though.
I'm a big Luna fan. I don't think the hero is particularly strong in lane. just because she lacks a lot of HP and has issues. But with Pugna on your team to give you additional mana, or not mana, but HP, then you're actually able to kind of go toe-to-toe with a lot of these heroes. And it's also strong versus the Enchantress, because you can just her down all
5
in the
seconds
lane.
remaining.
Enchantress like, oh, well, this is great.
Blizzy picking up the Doom. So, gonna be the offlane role now? Never
They'll
mind,
swap.
just switched it.
Yeah.
Never mind. That makes more sense though. Thinking an offlane role, you running about.
All right. Predictions here. I think the Luna. The Luna will be strong enough to push, but I'm just not sure if they can keep their waves alive versus a Wyvern. And like knowing their Enchantress play on general, they'll just be able to cut the waves. So we'll see how it goes.
Alright. Game number 3 in case you're just tuning in. Scoreline is 1-1. The winner of this game will move on in the MDL CIS Qualifiers. The loser will drop out. It's as simple as that. Drag and drop joined by Mr. V. Not we. Something different entirely.
Don't want to talk about Nintendo, man. They'll claim everything for copyright. Try to post it on YouTube. Nope, claimed. Twitch claimed.
Well, it's gonna be going up on the BTS channel, so I couldn't care less, honestly. Papa.
Oh god. Alright.
19 with the smoke up here, just securing the bottom lane. Could run into a few heroes here up the high ground. Snako, it's the slowdown from the early point up into the grab a fly. And that should be enough, even with the flyby. Oh, maybe not. Goes over the tree, not enough damage or control after that.
30
That's weird.
seconds
Luna
left.
skilled Lucent Beam but didn't cast it.
Odd.
It's like not the skill you want to have, especially if you're looking to last hit versus an Enchantress.
I did go for the Wraith Band straight off the bat, so it's doable. But against the Enchantress, as you said, was that 20 more damage? Or like 10 more damage, give or take.
For
General's
level
gonna
1.
get, yeah,
Battle begins.
with one of the items that they have right now. But General's actually taking a bit of damage here, being chased away from that rune. Maintain it, 2 for 2 exchange.
Yeah, I think Enchantress has... it's like 7 more damage, and then now she's got 2 Fairy Fires as well, adding to that. And they anticipate the lane swap, so good job by them to put Enchantress versus Luna.
So then just walking down the bottom of TPing. The Blizzy is gonna get a free creeper if he has to. Once it's level 2. Gonna be ideal, so you can either play with the Cosmic Finale or have the security from the Sandstorm, but well, never mind. It's gonna make that swap again immediately.
Musical lanes.
In
And
general, he
anti-mage-
TP'd up top, didn't he? So he can
Yeah.
immediately match.
But he can just go to the jungle. Oh no, he is untouchable.
Yeah, that's laning Enchantress.
Yeah, I just thought he may have thought that he's going to like just hold off on the skill point with that engagement, but we'll see. Top lane.
19. Quite a bit of damage here, Snako. That's Arctic Burn is very strong, down at like half and 2/3 of the health, but it's a very long cooldown. So now Sanking always has the threat of the Burrow Strike. Muriel with the Glades of Wisdom
Pikachu?
first. Oh, is he in trouble? Does have some help from Yum with the Troll Creep. Slowing them down a little bit, but Dendy with the poison attack. If that wasn't a 6-second cooldown, maybe Pikachu dies there. As it stands, he's able to work his way back home. Yum actually leaving that lane. Equilibrium is kind of a bad position for him to feel comfortable soaking experience. Overall, though, I mean,
Enchantress.
yeah, despite its middle lane, I want to say that M19 got the better end of these musical lanes for the time being.
Yeah, for now it seems to be fairly well established that Luna is out CSing the AM, but it's only like 2 CS. At this point, it doesn't make the biggest difference as we have another Arctic Burn. Maybe another 1 attack.
Is he Kind of struggling a little bit. He did go for the cost finale, so kind of dodged that out whatsoever. No detection on Seneko, so Blizzy, if he wants to, he could just stand in the middle of the sandstone if he had it. And he has it now, so. He's doing exactly that.
I feel like they should play like San, like the...
Do-do-do.
Yeah.
There was a mod that did that once, but Valve changed things a while back, so that's impossible.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
We'd all enjoy it for like 20 minutes and then be like, stop, please, no more.
Speak for yourself, dude. I can never get enough of Sandstorm.
Alright.
Just put that on loop in Winamp or something and press it every time Blizzy does this.
Alright, they got the Enchantress here. Might be first blood.
Oh, there it is.
+2.
Well, for Luna as well, so 2.7 Lucent Beam, extra damage from Luna Blessing in... Even though you have the Untouchables only level 1, so you can still get a decent number of right clicks off.
Yeah. That one value point is really strong, but it's really not until you get to at least level, like, 2 at this stage of the game that the heroes really have that big effect. Because Luna's like a fast enough hero that she can keep up to like attack and then run up and attack again. But like if you have that added 30 attack speed slow from the second point, then she really struggles. TS, who use TeamSpeak these days?
Alright, TeamSpeak in 2017. Almost 2018 even. We're November already, holy hell, but...
Oh god.
Good guys. Hero voice chat utility. But yeah. We go again. Clean up the longest station here. M19. Let's try and secure these extra bounty runes, general. Tracking away. We'll get it. Doom gets a bounty rune TPing out. They don't want to take that trade here with general filling out these heals.
And
Space
this rude for
her. Also walking in towards that other bounty rune. And well, he's fast on his feet. He needs to do some body blocks. And he gets it. Alright. Uriel. Winning the rune battles. Pikachu, he's still struggling mid though. Roger's spending a lot of time camping this. And that on top of Viper being so obnoxious still. Wagner's not having a fun time here.
They are doing
Actually,
a little bit of
die
a loop
here.
here.
But Yoom's coming through. Oh good. What is it, Roger? Let's be scouted out now. Actually doing a bit of damage here, slowed down as well from the... I think it connected. Just not all that strong. Now Roger, well, with the wraparound from Uriel, gets his double stun off. Might actually be saving his life, but Yoom's still pretty damn fast. Let's get the heals. There's another clap. Uriel TPing out. Yoom doesn't have that TP scroll available right now. So it's just creating space. Making sure that drags everyone behind him. Maybe gets a creep deny even. But they're sleeping. They don't aggro unless you right click them. Thanks, Ice Frog.
Scorched Earth Lid open, but the creeps are like, nah, nothing. Do you hear anything? No, I'm just streaming.
Yeah.
Enchantress. Get harassed from the Lucent Beam, but...
Nick's gotta be careful. Roger making that wraparound. They did not see it until just now, so Nyx has to try and dodge the stun, but Roger holding on to it for long enough. Couple of right clicks coming through. And maybe Juke and Jive inside the trees, and he is doing that. Cutting up north, so buying more time, trying to go for the TP out, and not stun, not available. So that'll be enough. Yoom taking over the lane for a little bit, but he's taking a lot of damage himself. Scorched Earth will help repair, but it's on level 1.
Yeah, that Scorched Earth is kind of underwhelming. Level 1. You really want to get up that second point. It's Roger in a little bit of trouble here. Good dot.
Yep.
Jukes and jives, and the impale doesn't land.
It's so much trades, but it's still only 1-for-1 in terms of kills. It's kind of crazy. Meanwhile, top lane, what's happening here? I mean, Crystallize is still keeping up in terms of CS. Roger not showing his face up top, he's the only one that can kind of stun Sanking out of it and make him a bit worried. So instead he's just Sandstorm just gets CS. Meanwhile, down bottom, the fight continues. This time, General. Heal is expired, but not from Soneko. Does throw out the Cold Embrace.
There is the Eclipse up, but you don't want to do it in a creep wave, so...
It's kind of a waste at this point.
Oh, sun on... Never mind. Don't worry about top. Nothing's going to happen there.
There's
Dire's middle tower is
a bit of issues here with the even just the 1 point up into the quarter finale.
Bottom
But
lane?
bottom lane there to see Eclipse, though. Will secure the kill. General. I go for the trade here. Mango? Nyx is going for the trade. He does a little bit of damage in return, but the rest of his
General's
team
got
dealing
the-
with the Winter Wyvern. Same time. So 2-for-1 trade. They're still trying to run down General. He does have the heal off cooldown again. But the blast from Pikachu, not enough damage here. Just not enough. So General gets himself one of the mud golems, but the second blast will be enough in the end.
He just wanted to enchant it so he could do something while he's dead for the next 10 seconds. He's like, oh, I'm dead. At least give me a mud golem to control.
Alright, so finally some kills happen. Quite a few actually down in the bottom lane. 4 and 2. Meanwhile, Blizzy up top. Still has enough for the Sandstorm. And wants to secure the bounty
clicks
rune.
faster.
Yeah.
He
Needs
doesn't
to
have
cost for a
any
second.
mana. It's not a... It's only 0.6 multiplier, so Sand King, let's say he's got 400 mana points. 0.6 will be around 240 damage. Times by the reduction, which is 7.
As strong as Anti-Mage is, I will say one thing.
Mhm.
Mana Void level 1 is utter garbage. Worst spell in the game, hands down.
I agree.
Bottom lane, a bit of a tussle again. NaVi diving deep here, and they're actually a bit of trouble. Hume and Muriel, Nyx actually juking, jiving. Does get stunned up, but Roger, I don't think he has the rank damage to make that work. The Burrow Strike coming through is Blizzy. Makes a wraparound play. Not quite enough damage here for General. Did he get right click off? No, not really. Didn't go for it. Even though it's still only level 1 untouchable. That might have been enough to slow him down and set up for Nyx to come in for another Lucent Beam, but alas. General making his way out, can just wait for the heals. Come back off cooldown. Only the 1 kill, but any kill or the silence is involved in is +2 intelligence at this point. Muro already had +6. Pretty decent here for support silencer.
It's okay. I think they're a little bit, like, not focusing on the AM enough. Like, Sand King wasn't really attempting to interrupt his CS. He's got 60 CS and 30 last hits. At 9:30, 10 minutes. This is really good farm for the anti-mage. He should have
Well,
his Battle
technically,
Fury.
His CS is lasted and denies. So he has like 95 CS right now. 94.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
100 CS by 10 minutes. That's what I said, right?
Yeah. Said actually, right? Pikachu TPing out. Oh.
Dying
enough.
out, actually. And now he has to do the walk of shame back.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ping him the entire time.
So that's the one thing that we haven't really talked much about, because there's constant action on this bottom lane. Another Burrow Strike in the Winter Wyvern. Blizzy sticking around here for a little bit longer. Roger deciding here when he wants to throw out the stun. Snake actually flew down to the low ground, gets the heals from himself as well as General, but the nukes still enough. Another +2 here for the silencer. The Eclipse being used here, but doesn't have the vision on General. Only gets the 1 extra beam off. The heals coming through as well, but at least gets the extra kill from Uriel. Double for the silencer. Nyx actually in a little trouble here with the impetus damage. He will fall to this, General. And 1 last right click. No impetus, no mana for it, but thrown down low enough before that to get the kill regardless. Now, Hume, Neko coming in, has to TP out himself. So, where does it actually leave us here?
I think
have no
whenever Luna dies and anti-mage is free farming, it's a loss for M19. Like, Crystallize is just like, oh, you guys killed Luna. Good job, team. I'm hitting creeps. More creeps have been hit. They're dying. And
Not just
yeah,
that, it's
Luna's
also the Viper who is One's mid lane quite dramatically actually. Dendy is sitting at 5k gold himself, almost at the anti-mage's farm, compared it to the Pugna. You have to look at him at the middle of the field here, 3k on him.
Yep.
So, what is M19's game plan going forward here? They have to kind of try and leverage the Pugna's Nether Blast to get down towers, right?
Yeah, they have to, as you said, down towers to get some type of like semblance of gold to return to add threat, and they need to connect on Luna's ultimate. Sand King needs to probably get a Blink Dagger as well. He was in the offlane position, but he's not really that close, so But that's kind of like a far ways off, so how they actually translate that is going to be really difficult.
Nyx running
Top
into
lane.
Dendi here, who's doing a ridiculous amount of damage. General also in this general vicinity. Nyx still alive. General trying to get closer to extra last at Dendi. Gonna be his instead. We'll take out to the poison. That's a fierce Batman right there.
Crystallized Doom.
Global silence down bottom. Yeah, that as well as the Doom committed to make sure that anti-mage cannot blink out. Gonna be a good kill.
Deny.
Oh, he tried. And he couldn't get it. At least that was another +2 intelligence as well. So Silencer can't be that fallback. That extra bit of damage eventually, but M19 need to get to that point. Despite that kill on anti-mage.
He's in
They were
trouble
very
though.
close. Oh, yes, indeed. And dead. Gonna end
By in
with killing
trouble,
spree.
dead. Yeah.
The worst kind of trouble.
Silencer has been silenced by a bug and a deer. Maybe a fawn? A doe? A doe.
So. Well, for a second I was gonna. I thought that you would say, "Oh yeah, the game bugged out," and he died. You know that bug in the game where you can't do anything at all for whatever seconds and respawn back in base.
It's not actually a bug. It's you uninstalling and getting your life back. But all right, Nyx. He's got 2 points up in the glaze. I used to build or skill Luna like this, where you'd go 2 points into the aura, the lunar blessing, before going back for the moonglaves to help secure CS. But I really think that getting that extra point in moonglaves over the lunar blessing, because the difference between level 3 and level 4 moonglaves.
I thought they're gonna go Muriel. Would be right-clicked away. Crystal is also part of it here. The stun was focused on Pikachu. It does get the Crapify, Nether Blast. Actually forcing Crystallize back for the time being. But M19 still loses a few other heroes elsewhere. Pikachu still alive though. Nyx still has the Eclipse to work with. Doesn't want to throw it out on the Spike Carapace. It's actually on cooldown, but the blast enough to bring down the one. Eclipse focus there on the Enchantress. Make a trade out of it, but General did secure the double kill. That last right click onto Pagna. No, the Crapify available at that point. Prevent that damage.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Alright.
Poor Pugna. Just like, what are you going to do? You have to lane versus Viper, and like you have a Nyx just sitting on your butt, mana burning you all game. Poor guy.
But yeah, back to
That
Luna.
makes-
He's
Back, yeah.
going for the extra points on Lunar Blessing, but the fights continue up top this time. So Neko gets the ultimate off, and
+2?
he's surviving? Yeah, he's still +2. Doesn't get the counter kill. Dendi goes on an ultimate of his own, but now gets the crab fight slowed down. Hume thinking about the Doom, but with General also appearing there, having the heal available, that was never really going to work out. So instead, he beats back to base. Pikachu also on the run. General slowed down by Muriel. 1 impetus, 2 impetus.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
2 impeti? Is that the plural? I have no idea.
Impetus?
Impetuses?
Impetus.
Impetu? I don't know. Language is hard, guys. Pikachu almost gets a kill actually with the life drain, but doesn't quite have the range despite the lethal lens.
Blissey might be able to catch the Enchantress here. Oh, good.
Radiant are
Good
scattered.
sense.
Burst strike to get out. Should be fine, but never mind, Roger. I didn't see him wrapping around. Easy kill with the rest of his team. It's so scrappy this game. Hume. It's going back into form. Also not sure if that's the best idea.
He was thinking about the Doom, and he's like, oh, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah. A lot of things are happening in this game that I can't really explain.
They're just running at each other because they both feel that they need to take the map control from both sides. NaVi needs to take the map control so Luna doesn't farm, and M19 needs to take it so anti-mage doesn't farm. As we have a fight brewing mid.
Going out of everything here, Gold Silence as well, Blade Mail. All of this Corrosives get maxed out, didn't actually take a lot of damage from his life drain. Blade Mail made sure that Pikachu actually not even at full health. Roger waiting for someone to get out of vision range. Hype up. And you might find it now here. Oh, the Spike Carapace on another blast. Again, Roger with the plays. That's maxed out too, even before the Impale or the Mana Burn.
Yep. That 2.4 second separation
Radiant's
is
middle tower is under
quite
attack.
annoying to deal with, as Pugna.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Lose the tower
Even
too. This ancient stack has also been scattered out. Can NaVi take that at this point? They do have the battlefield and anti-mage.
Yeah, and with the Nether Toxin, I think they can do it. Doom's on the anti-mage as you speak of him right now. Doom running him down, but he's juking Javid through the tree, cuts up. Doom is he's gonna run away. Anti-mage, he wants revenge. To me, I'm coming back for you.
This is not nearly as hype as you made it out to be. Come on, dude. It was just Doom without any sort of follow-up. And now, yeah, well, NaVi is trying to work away at this ancient stack without the actual anti-mage. Cleave it down. They cannot actually take it.
Dire's top tower is under
You're
attack.
actually helping out a little bit with that arcane curse. But is he in the side? Or does have the epicenter? No blink, but he's in good position. Starts off with a burst strike. Back spike at the worst possible moments here, but M19, they have to try and get the hell out of there. Oh, sniper on the silencer. They also bring down another crystallize with a few right clicks to finish up Lizzie. Now they can secure this ancient stack for sure.
Crystallize is happy about this. He's like, oh, you guys stacked for me. Thank you so much. That's my meta style.
Now, this is the point where anti-mage starts to show up and say, hey, yeah, I'm also in the game, by the way.
Blessings upon a
Exactly.
loyal warrior.
Nyx on this Luna. Kind of feeling pressure. BKB. Not exactly the item you want to go early on. You usually want to get that Manta style up so you can deal that damage, get more Claves bouncing, but you just have to have the magic immunity here.
Yep.
Whether it's attacking into middle lane,
Global silence
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Under attack.
No trouble, he does get the Quarterfinals fire off with a covering fire, but that's a global silence down defensively here, and this is never the way that you want to use it. We will Nyx up
Nyx.
top, so they could make the TP in, and I'm not sure about this Eclipse. Let's use it defensively now as well. Would have lost the mana anyway. Looks like it's enough for give Crystallized pauses
Good
comes in.
stun.
There's no Doom available though, and Crystallized still gets that mana void off. At this point, it's level 2. It's workable. Off that extra kill, heal up by Soneko, extra mana, so you can even continue farming here. No pressure potential whatsoever from M19. That's Luna down the drain.
Alright, I'll do the math here. 591. Had 18 remaining.
Is under attack.
So we're looking at 7 times 8.5.
What are you doing? Are you doing the...
I'm
Yeah,
doing how
mana void
much
calculation?
damage that mana void did.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Well,
attack.
meantime we're looking down at the bottom lane, where NaVi is claiming another tower.
Radiant's
From the rejectors,
bottom
only
tower has
one
fallen.
claimed by M19. Throughout this entire series, NaVi have been on the money with that. Even game number 2. For the longest time, they've been skipping creep waves, they've been getting towers. Objective-based gaming is what it's called.
Radiant's
Well,
middle tower
You
is
two,
under
perhaps
I think-
next on the list.
Yeah. General seems to be working towards that Hurt Pike. Dendi, in the meantime. This casual Hooded Defiance has done a lot of work. It mitigates a lot of that damage coming out from Pugna. As we have Roger going down to Blizzy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The top lane with Silencer helping out. +2, +2.
That's the one sleeper agent here. It is level 15, I'll get the +4 instead with the talent.
Radiant's
But I'm not sure if they
middle
even get to the
tower
point
has
because NaVi still have a super farmed anti-mage. He's 6k ahead of the Luna. 4k ahead of his own Viper even, who's sitting at 10k. Who's dead, not something to sleep on either. Has that Hurricane quite completed. Plus that's that Hood, the Blade Mail, he's pretty much unkillable at this point, isn't he?
I'm trying to find this Viper attack that's gonna land. Oh, I think it hit the Doom. It was like firing across all the way.
Yeah. Shouldn't be pinging that because it also shows the broadcasting slot, by the way.
Okay.
Not the good tone.
Oops. Clearly they need to know. We need a word there.
Roger, seeing what's happening here on bottom side of M19, so plenty of space for him to make you do whatever you want. Well, a bit of a fight might be brewing. General's just walking in with the heal precast. Lizzie with the epicenter, looking to try and burst him down, but doesn't even do anything. He's out of range with it. Nyx gets the Eclipse. Heal from Snako is enough though. With that, as well as last 6 of the sprites. Don't bring down Nyx. The Doom coming through to finally take out the enchanters, but they get denied. They don't even get that satisfaction. Now break on Doom, is trying to TP out with the disarmament, then he cannot actually do the extra damage. So they get that at least, but at what cost? NaVi. They'll have 2 very strong heroes burning down 2 different lanes. Chris lies down bottom, Dendi in mid. He's being sucked away at. And enough for the time being. I think he tried to stun off the
Nether blast
finale or the Nether blast.
Blitzy has his dagger up, so that last epicenter seemed really lackluster. With the force off on the Enchantress, it's really easy for her to kind of disengage and move around these fights. Such a speed hero as Blitzy gets the disconnect. Probably traumatized, thinking, I failed. It's my epicenter. What are we doing, team? How are we going to recover?
Right back. We thought his life choices. Ready to go again.
Yeah.
Look at this dire vision though, by the way. Look at these wards.
I know, I was trying to ping it, but then you flamed me because it goes to the other broadcasters.
You pinged out on the other side of the map, I'm pretty sure.
No, I picked it up here on the cliff.
Alright.
And I pinged this word up here because that vision is doing absolutely nothing for the Radiant because all the fighting is occurring in here.
Yeah.
Oh guys, their creeps have spawned and are moving by the tower. Really good information. It's kind of one of those words where having vision like this can be beneficial if you're the team applying pressure and you don't know beforehand if you're going to be in that position. Usually versus the anti-mage, it makes sense that you want to apply that pressure before he gets big, before he gets that Manta Battle Fury timing, but unfortunately for the Radiant, just were unable to kind of connect on a few key ganks, and now they're 15k behind and kind of facing elimination with their back up against the ropes.
Certainly not looking good, and it's gonna look even worse once Aegis is in the hands of NaVi. Who do you want to give it to even?
I would probably put it on Crystallize.
Still a little bit more susceptible than Viper, I guess. No Lincolns, only Manta style. That's not the item setter though, so no Lincolns, yes, that reflect you. Maybe you notice that build up.
Yeah, it's very nice for reflecting, whether it's Decrepify or the Lucent Beam. But throwing the Aegis on the anti-mage also means that they can kind of split their efforts here. Crystallize can be aggressive.
Ooh. Going in, they get the dust off, global stance as well. They need to try and find a fight here, but Crystallize, he's fighting up his Pikachu. He does get the trade instantly. They lose Roger, so it's a bit of control factor gone, but Snako is still looking for an opportunity, perhaps even throw it to Winter's Curse, but don't even need it. Crystallize is too strong. Double kill for him. Just like that.
This tower is not long for this world. Nyx is thinking to himself, okay, we've got to fight. We've got to make this work. He doesn't have Eclipse yet, though, so they can probably delay at least, spam out the waves 1 or 2 more times. But how are they going to walk up?
First strike, Blizzy, trying to dodge it out. Does have the epicenter, another blink in 10 seconds. They also have the Eclipse. But at this point, I don't think it's going to do too much. Crystallize, he doesn't take damage from Lucent Beams anymore anyway. Viper, not really either, so it's going to have to be down to right clicks, but Nyx isn't really there at that point anyway. He has no items whatsoever.
Yeah.
That is the Winter's Curse. Crabify will keep him safe. The Doom coming out onto
General.
Backlines General, alright. Crystallize has got like Epicenter being channeled up now. Comes in. Well, I guess by Carapace. Alright, alright. GG is called. M19. They're just tumbling inside their own base. Flips coming through. Crystallize again. He doesn't even feel it. Ancient explodes. NaVi with the victory here in game number 3. That's the type of game that we perhaps expected all the games to be, but game number 1 was only won because of some really crazy tactical play and strategic play across the map.
Could you imagine if NaVi lost that game?
That would have been crazy. M19, I
Look
mean,
at
they
the-
had it. They had it if it wasn't for
Mhm.
these creep skips. They
Yeah.
were bashing away at the Ancient. If Backdoor Region didn't kick in, they would have lost the game of 1-2, and we wouldn't even be here. NaVi
Yeah.
would have been out.
But hey, NaVi stays alive, lives to fight another day. Unfortunately for M19, they're going home. They're done. But Crystallize, Dendi, Roger, General, and Snako, I think they came together really well. They recognized what they needed to do game one. Sure, game two didn't really go their way, but this game they fell back on probably a comfort strat. You know, Dendi doesn't get to play the most exciting hero in the world to watch on the Viper, but Crystallize goes, hey, I get to hit creeps. Let's go play some Dota.
With that, they punch a ticket to the next round. The semi-finals will be up against either Vega Squadron or Effect, and that's a best of 3 that's coming up next. Just a couple of minutes here, hopefully, so we'll see. I'm Dragon Drop Jumper, Mr. V. We'll be back. Stay tuned.